My name is Emily Parker. I live in Dallas, Texas. When I was 22, I thought I would get married soon. I had dreams. Big dreams. I wanted love, a family, a home. I met someone. His name was Daniel. He was kind. He made me smile. I thought, maybe this is it. Maybe my life is starting. But life is not always like the movies. Daniel said, Emily, I need time. I'm not ready yet. I said, that's okay. I can wait. I really believed I could. The first year felt easy. We talked on the phone every day. We met on weekends. We laughed. We dreamed together. My friends started getting engaged. I smiled for them. I took photos at their weddings. I told myself, my turn will come soon. But sometimes, at night, I cried into my pillow. I wanted it to be my turn too. My mom asked me one day, Emily, when will you marry Daniel? I said, Mom, maybe next year. She sighed. Her eyes looked worried. I knew she was thinking, what if he never marries her? I didn't want to think that. I wanted to believe in him. I wanted to believe in us. One rainy night, Daniel called me. He said, Emily, I'm getting a new job. I need to focus on my career first. My heart dropped. But I said, I understand. Because I loved him. The truth, I didn't understand. I just didn't want to lose him. That was the first year of waiting. I thought it was just the beginning. I didn't know it would be the beginning of 10 long years.
The first year ended. The second year began. Daniel's new job kept him busy. He worked late nights. He traveled a lot. Sometimes I didn't see him for weeks. I told myself, it's okay. He's working for our future. But inside, I missed him. I missed us. Friends asked me, Emily, when is your wedding? I laughed. I said, soon. But my heart whispered, I don't know. One evening, my cousin Sarah got engaged. We went to her engagement party. Everyone was happy. An aunt came to me and said, Emily, you're next, right? I smiled, but my chest felt heavy. At home, my mom looked serious. She said, "Emily, 2 years is a long time. If he really loves you, why is he waiting?" I said, "Mom, please, trust me." But I was really saying, "Please, let me believe." Daniel called me one night. He sounded tired. He said, "Emily, my promotion is coming. I just need more time." I said, "Okay." Because that's what I always said. But after the call, I stared at the ceiling. I felt empty. I started writing in a notebook. I wrote about my days, about how I felt. It was the only place where I could be honest. I wrote, "Will I still be waiting next year?" At the end of the second year, Daniel still hadn't asked me to marry him. But I told myself, next year will be the one. I didn't know. I still had 8 more years to go. The third year began. I was 25 now. I thought, this is the year. It has to be. But Daniel was still busy. He had more work, more projects, more reasons to wait. Sometimes we fought. I said, "Daniel, do you even want to marry me?" He looked at me, hurt in his eyes. "Of course I do, Emily, but I want everything to be perfect first." Perfect? That word became my prison. My friends posted wedding photos online, smiling faces, white dresses, happy endings. I watched and wondered if mine would ever come. One Sunday, I visited my grandma. She held my hand. She said, "Don't wait too long for a man. Life is short." Her words stayed in my heart. They felt heavy. Daniel and I went to dinner one night. I wore a new dress. I thought maybe he would ask me. But instead, he talked about his new car, his business plans, his future. It hurt because his future never seemed to have me in it. I started to feel tired of smiling, tired of waiting. But then he would hold my hand, look into my eyes, and I would believe again. By the end of the third year, I was still waiting, still saying, next year will be the one.
But the truth? I was starting to doubt my own words. The 4th year began. I was 26 now. I didn't feel young anymore. Not the way I used to. My mom stopped asking about the wedding, but I could see it in her eyes. The worry, the questions. At family dinners, people talked about babies, schools, houses. I sat quietly because I had none of those things. Daniel and I saw each other less. He said work was harder now. More stress, more pressure. I said, I can be patient. But my heart was tired. One night, I cried in the shower. Hot water on my face, tears mixing with the steam. I whispered, God, how long will I wait? A friend invited me to her baby's first birthday. I held the baby in my arms. He smiled at me. Something broke inside me. I wanted my own child, my own home, my own family. When I told Daniel how I felt, he kissed my forehead. He said, we'll have all that one day. One day. 2 little words. They both gave me hope and hurt me at the same time. By the end of the 4th year, I realized something. I wasn't just waiting for a wedding. I was waiting for him to choose me. Fully. But I still told myself, next year will be the one. The 5th year began. I was 27 now. Half a decade had passed. Still no ring. Still no wedding date. I started to hide my feelings. I laughed at jokes. I posted happy photos online. But inside, I was lonely. Daniel and I went on a short trip. Just 2 days. I thought, this is it. He will ask me here. We walked on the beach. The sunset was beautiful. My heart beat fast. I waited, but he didn't ask. He just talked about work again. That night I couldn't sleep. The sound of the waves made me think about time. Time moves forward, but I felt stuck. My younger cousin got married that year. She was 23. She looked so happy in her white dress. At the wedding, someone whispered, Emily has been with her boyfriend for years. But still no wedding. The words cut me like glass. I asked Daniel again, when will we marry? He looked away. He said, Emily, please. Just trust me. Next year. Next year. Those 2 words. Again. By the end of the 5th year, I started to wonder if next year would ever come. But I still stayed. Because love can make you wait longer than you ever planned. I wish I could say the 6th year was different. Or the 7th. Or the 8th. Or the 9th. But they all felt the same. Promises. Waiting. Hoping. By the time the 10th year came, I was 32. My friends had children who were already in school. My hair was a little thinner. My smile was a little weaker. One winter evening, Daniel and I sat in a cafe. The world outside was cold. Snow fell on the street. I asked him softly, Daniel, will we ever get married? He looked at me. Long silence. Then he said, Emily, I don't think I can. It felt like the air was pulled out of my chest. I couldn't breathe. 10 years for nothing. I walked home alone that night, snow on my hair, tears on my face. I thought about all the birthdays I had waited, all the holidays I had hoped, all the nights I had cried quietly. But then a strange feeling came. It was pain, yes, but also freedom, because the waiting was over. I learned something that night. Sometimes letting go is not losing. Sometimes it is the first step to living again. A year later, I met someone new. He didn't make me wait. He chose me from the start. And when I walked down the aisle, I realized I wasn't just walking toward him. I was walking toward the life I had always deserved. This was my journey. 10 years of waiting and finally finding myself again. If you felt my pain, my hope, my heart, stay with me. There are so many more stories to share with you. And if you want to walk with me through them, just click subscribe so you don't miss the next chapter.